Well, welcome back to our channel, everyone. We are so happy to have you back.
We're talking Daddy Daycare today.
One of our classic childhood favorite
Was this
memories.
a favorite for you?
Favorite. I watched it so many times.
I have a feeling every
kid.
movie that we watch is going to be your favorite. Daddy Daycare, starring Eddie Murphy. Was this your first Eddie Murphy experience?
I'm sad to say, but yes.
Other notable actors, Jeff Garlin.
Regina King.
Yeah, a young Regina King.
I know. I was so surprised. I was like, wait, Regina King's in this? And then I was like, oh.
Steve Zahn. I don't know how you say his name.
Oh, is that the guy that plays Marvin?
Yeah, he's really funny.
He's my favorite character in this.
All right, well, let's get into it. So essentially, this movie stars a daddy.
A daddy.
I don't think you can make this movie now, could you? The movie's about Eddie Murphy. He's a dad. He works for a company that sells cereal. Veggios.
Yep.
Cereal, but his department focuses on Veggios. So
healthy cereal.
He gets screwed because they don't do good. So he doesn't have a job, so he decides to start a daycare to spend time with his son, along with...
Which is so sweet.
It's so sweet. It's so sweet. But again, in theory, it is pretty creepy.
I guess so, but that little kid is so cute.
Sure,
so many things he said in this movie were just the sweetest thing, and I just want to take him home and squeeze his little cheeks.
One of my favorite parts is like the very beginning of the movie where the kid, first off, like the song Walking on Sunshine, he goes to the bathroom to pee, and then like every time he pees, the music stops, and you can like hear him pee. It's really funny. So after he starts a daycare, Jeff Garlin's character joins him because he also worked at the cereal company. And then Marvin, who also worked at the cereal company, eventually joins him too. So they're all three just babysitting a bunch of kids. And then you got that the antagonist, Miss Harrington? Harridan. Mrs. Gwyneth Harridan. So she's like the bad guy who tries to get them shut down because she has a rival preschool. What would you call that
I don't
place?
even think it's a preschool. That thing is a mansion. Like, they're doing all Tai Chi. They're like the ones that like slam down the like...
Yeah, very, like they got
sticks
uniforms, they're very strict, and so the whole debate is, do kids need structure or do kids need fun? That's kind of the movie, and then of course at the end it's a big happy ending. Yeah, was there anything, what were some of your favorite parts?
Favorite all-time part of this movie is when they're dressed as the broccoli and the carrot. And this is when they're like trying to sell these Veggios, okay? So like they bring in a bunch of kids and they're like trying to sell these Veggios. So one's dressed as the broccoli and one's dressed as the carrot. And the broccoli goes, BROCCLLI, I am the broccoli and don't know why.
I thought you were going to say your favorite part was the part where Marvin was flirting with the one mom.
Oh, yes.
He goes like, do you work here? He's like, yeah, I'm your daddy. He goes, no, I'm not your daddy. I'm a daddy.
I'm your baby daddy.
Right. And then he said, no, I'm not your baby daddy yet, but I'm gonna be.
Which one, which daughter was hers? Was it the one that like is allergic to everything?
He's like allergic to yellow dye number 2 and red dye number 4. What about the kids? Who are some of your favorite kids? Because you got the one that's Flash. That one was pretty good.
There's also the one that calls 911 all the time. She has her own cell phone and she's like 5.
That's right. She like calls Hong Kong. There's Dylan, the one who just like screams. That was it. It was Dylan's mom.
Oh,
that he was flirting with. But
right,
Dylan's the one that just screams, and then like they would bribe him with money.
Yeah.
To like get him to stop screaming. He was a clever kid.
Oh, what was the one's name that like just stopped breastfeeding or something?
Oh yeah, that was Nikki. Was it Nikki?
No.
See full
it
cast.
Was
Crispin. Yeah, he like just stopped breastfeeding. I was surprised that I don't know. I was like looking through this cast list and hoping that there'd be like kids that did stuff, but none of these kids really did anything. There's the one kid, Max, actually plays Max in Parenthood. And his real name's Max, so there's 3 different...
He's actually a pretty great actor.
Yeah, he's fantastic in Parenthood, so I recognized him, but besides that, none of these kids really have done anything since.
There was one, I wrote it down, there was, you know, like when they're all like going through and they're like making their mission statement or whatever, then someone, I forget who it said, maybe it was Charlie. Was that the other?
Charlie's the dad.
Then there's Marvin, and who's the third one?
Who's the third dad? Phil.
Charlie, I think he's the one. Yeah, he's the one. He's like, we need to get these kids on Ritalin and leashes. I was like, dang, that's actually really dark.
What about the potty where he takes Max to the bathroom for the first time, and then like he opens the door?
I missed. And then Phil's like, what? And then he's like, I missed.
The scene where he opens the door and he's just like looking at the ceiling and...
I missed.
I missed.
And then starts can't say that. I missed. Oh, and then there's also the moment where they're all like going around. They're having like a fantastic time. They're finally in the vibe of everything. Put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up. But then they're like all in a line, just like dancing. Like, who just gets all these kids to just start doing a line dance around a house? And then, okay, we also need to talk about this this guy from like county or something that's like coming in, and he's like, he has to do all these inspections.
Well, yeah, because Mrs. Harridan called them in because she wanted to get them like lose their license to run a daycare in a home.
Yeah.
So they had to like meet all these regulations and
Politics,
I tell you.
Come on. No, but then they get him to start doing puppets. The more I think about it, like, if this movie was made nowadays, how would people react to it?
There was this kind of tone to it or theme of like trying to break those stereotypes, because at first like a lot of the moms were like, no, we're not leaving our kids with you,
right?
And then they were like trying to show them like, no, men can do this too, which, so it was like very weird, because in some ways like there were a lot of statements it was trying to make, but at the same time it was also reinforcing those stereotypes, because there was a lot of jokes that men can't do stuff. Like, a lot of the jokes came from like, oh, a man can't watch a kid, but then the movie was trying to show like it can. I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me.
When did it come out? 2003.
2003. Yeah. Maybe we've come
We're
farther.
getting progressive. Daddy daycare.
Daddy daycare. Let's talk about the music, because the music is fantastic.
Oh, the music is phenomenal.
We got Walking Down Sunshine, I Want You Back, Kung Fu Fighting, Ballroom Blitz, I Want to Be Sedated, Cheap Trick is there. Playing Surrender. They get like the real band, the Cheap Trick, like the actual Cheap Trick is playing this fundraiser to get money so they can stay in business.
It was very weird, and it was a very large fundraiser for the amount of kids that they had.
Thousands of people there.
Yes,
in a park
for like 12 kids.
I guess if you got Cheap Trick to show up, you'd get a crowd. But how did they get that?
But the best part of the entire festival was when Marvin starts painting the girl's face, and he's like, he's so funny.
He was. When who was the one kid that was speaking Klingon to him?
Oh yeah, that was so weird.
And no one understood until Marvin came and they just started speaking Klingon.
Oh, when they were like going through like all the support groups that they were gonna start building, they're like, all right, now we're gonna start a thumbsucker support group. And they like did pet show and tell, and like everyone was bringing in all of their pets, like the one where he brought in his turtle, and he's like, all right, go.
Oh, and then the girl loses her tarantula.
Oh,
always funny.
Okay, the way she says tarantula is so cute.
How'd she say it?
Tarantula. I don't know. Find a clip and put it in here.
Okay, Becca, where's your pet?
I had a tarantula. I know
A
where he is.
tarantula?
I had a tarantula.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
I had a tarantula.
Worst quality video to add into here, but I'm gonna do it.
Overall, this movie was fantastic, and I give it a 10 out of 10 due to my great childhood
A
memories.
10 out of 10? You're sticking with 10 out of 10?
Yes, I'm sticking with 10 out of 10.
Alright, I'm giving this a 5.5 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay, no.
Rotten Tomatoes has it as a 27%. Okay? Good movie. It's a really good movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's not a great movie.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
no, you cannot critique this movie like a regular movie. This is a classic childhood movie for me. Don't ruin it.
It's like the type of movie where, like, if you have a kid and they just want to watch a movie every single day and it's the same movie, this would be a good one for them to watch. It's fine. It's not bad. That's in, like, the upper percentile. You got any good reviews? What do other people think of Daddy Daycare?
5 stars. Comedic gold. Comedic gold. Dad worked for this company.
What company? Daddy Daycare?
Alright, here's a good review for you. To be honest, I have not seen Daddy Day Camp yet.
Oh, the sequel. We didn't even talk about that.
Wait, that's an actual thing?
You don't know about Daddy Day Camp? Keep reading your review.
But I want to. But Daddy Daycare is a really good movie. Probably the best movie with Eddie Murphy in it.
Oh, Daddy Day Camp has a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes. We aren't watching that, are we?
No.
Fred Savage directed this.
Who's that?
He was on The Wonder Years.
Yeah, I don't know that.
He's supposed to play Charlie. This guy is supposed to play Phil.
That's ridiculous. What a ripoff.
This is ridiculous. They just recast them. Okay, well, that's Daddy Daycare. 10 out of 10. 5.5 out of 10. It's on Netflix, so give it a watch.
Give it a watch.
Let us know what you think.
BROCCLI. In the broccoli and don't know why.
Heck Comment below. Let us know what you thought of this movie. What else I gotta do? Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to our channel.
Alright, we'll be back next time.
Tarantula.